What's going on, world YouTube? Thank you for checking me out, visiting my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I feel that any type of planetary colonization is not possible, and why I don't feel it's even possible to go and visit another planet. I don't think it's possible, and if it is possible and it did happen, I'm gonna explain and talk about why I think we're being misled, and why if they did go, why the story is not the way that they say that it is. All right, so where shall I begin with this? So I guess I'll just stick with the moon landing, because that's a good reference point. A lot of us know about the moon landing, or we're familiar with it, or we think we know about it. Everyone knows that story. So we'll start with that. Now, with the moon landing, they say a man went to the moon, and he stepped foot, he walked on the moon. And of course, there's a lot of controversy surrounding that whole thing. A lot of people don't believe it, and a lot of people do believe it. And even myself, I checked the astrology on the moon landing. I checked the astrology on it, and when I looked at the astrology of it, it indicated that, you know, astrology, it's very interpretative, you know, based on a person. And you know, what I found was that it could strongly vouch for the moon landing actually happening, or it could strongly vouch for the moon landing not actually happening. But here's what I think, based on a little bit of metaphysical science and just logic, my logic. Now, if we think about like leaving the earth, you know, on a metaphysical level. Now, if we're, you know, even the scientific level, if we, like, the earth, what does the earth represent for us scientifically? Scientifically, the earth is it provides us with everything that we need to exist as we do exist here right now. You know, for example, just right now, I'm receiving the sunshine, but I'm receiving the sunshine, and I'm receiving the magnetic field from the earth. I'm receiving the Schumann resonance of the earth. Science says that the Schumann resonance is the same as human brain waves. It's within the same range. So, you know, our thinking, our brainwave patterns is guided by the earth, just being here. And oxygen, of course, we need oxygen to live. And you know, my whole point in saying all of that is we have to be on earth to survive, to exist in a physical form. I feel that once we leave earth, I'm not necessarily saying that we're gonna die. Well, we will die you know, in the way that we see life as existing, but we cannot exist within a physical body, like here in this physical form. We can't exist once we leave the earth, because the earth is what's housing us and giving us a body. Now, back to the moon. Now, if we left earth and we went to the moon, now we would lose all of those physics of the earth that I just talked about. The things I just talked about, and some things that I didn't talk about. Well, we would lose pretty much all of that. But the story that's given to us is that the guys that went to the moon, they were inside of a space shuttle, and this space shuttle provided all of the physics of the earth in order for these people to survive for long periods of time. Now, I can see that I could see that being possible for, on a very short term, minute scale, because we do it every day when we travel in an airplane. And traveling in an airplane is unhealthy if you did it excessively, because you're too divorced from the Earth's physics, and your body needs the Earth's physics in order to be as strong as possible. And the further you leave away from the Earth, the more you lose those physics, the more you lose this physical body. They say with the higher, they say that a lot of astronauts get osteoporosis because they're too high away from the Earth, and they lose the physics from the Earth that keep them together. They say they get diseases like that, diseases of aging. Like they say, like a person who's like spent like a year in space or some excessive period of time, they end up with like diseases and problems that a person of advanced age would have, because they lose the physics of the Earth. So basically, the body is dying, the body is disappearing, the body is evaporating, it's going away. You're losing that body, which the Earth provides. Now, if we go to the moon, if we went to the moon, and you believe the whole story about the space shuttle providing, the oxygen, the magnetism, Schumann resonance, all of these physics that guide us here and house us here. If you believe that it could be provided in the space shuttle, let's say they really did go to the moon. Now, if they went to the moon, they stepped out of the space shuttle and they walked on the moon. We've seen the videos. And then at that point, you still believe the story. They're in this spacesuit. Now they no longer have the space shuttle. They have this spacesuit. And now this spacesuit provides all of these Earth-like physics and Earth-like maintaining forces. So this spacesuit, the story they want you to believe now is that the spacesuit provides all of these things for you in order to keep your body healthy and your body surviving. So they're saying that the spacesuit is providing all of the physics of the Earth to keep them intact and keep them together. And it's the part where I'm really not believing too much. I've really become a skeptic on this part once you really start thinking into it. But let's think a little bit more metaphysically, like in regards to like what type of energy that the moon provides. Now, we talked about the Earth. The Earth provides all those physics things, those real things, those objective things that could be measured by us. Now, the moon, we don't really have science on the moon, or we don't have common sense because no one has been to the moon. But what we do have is a little bit of esoteric knowledge, and we can kind of make sense on that, and kind of take from and use that, and use our imaginations and be guided on that. And that's what I'm about to do right now. Now, the Earth is a physical place. It's a physical governing place. It governs physical body. Without the Earth, the physical body can't exist, in my opinion. Now, with the moon is a place of deep subconscious. It's a place of your emotions, your psychology, things like this. So it's a very non-physical place. So theoretically, based on that, if those guys stepped out onto the moon, now the moon then will become their dominant sustaining force, not the physics of the Earth. Now they're on the moon, so they're maintained by the moon. Their main energy is the moon, which is psychology, subconscious, emotions, and things like that, because that's what the moon rules. That's what the moon guides. And the Earth would become secondary energy. It will become secondary energy. and the sun would become either secondary or tertiary energy. The sun, they wouldn't be the main energies anymore in that case. And like, if you think into it that way. Now, all the other planets, they provide other different energies. Like Mars. Like if we went to Mars, then and we landed on Mars, the primary energy on Mars would be all of those things related to Mars, like aggression, drive, willpower, things like this. And a lot of that is psychological and emotional to a degree. It's very, very non-physical, and they would become our governing force. And with I'm jumping around here, excuse me. Now, if we're on the moon, and wherever the sun is at, I think the sun is where our spirit comes from. Our spirit, the way how we incarnate here. The sun is the guiding entity for our spirit. And with the moon, if we were on the moon, then the moon would be our main energy, which will be we would be extremely psychological and emotional. And in my mind, in my imagination, that would be really overwhelming for a person that stepped onto that place. And those astronauts that stepped onto onto the moon, based on what they say, if they stepped onto the moon, they in my mind, they became just pure thought, emotion, feeling. They went into some really deep reflection, and they pretty much lost who they were in regards to the physical body. If the physical body survived, I'm speaking theoretically now. I don't even think that the physical body could survive under those circumstances. Like if you actually went all the way to a different planet, because you would adopt the energy of those planets. So I'll just wrap the video up. I just wanted to throw my thoughts out on that, and I'll wrap the video up by saying that I think the only way out of here is through death of this body. We have to leave. Only way out of here is to leave this body, and we can incarnate in some other type of body, or in some other type of dominant energy. And I just really don't feel that like we could leave here. I think the only way we can leave here is by going within, or going inside, or dying. So I'd like to know what you think, how you feel on this, what's your opinion on this. And if I'm off point, put me on point. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my thoughts and feelings and opinions on this. And I hope I open your mind on some things, because I'm out here. It's a beautiful, incredible day. Just really getting this divine energy, and this came to me, and I felt that I wanted to share it with the world. So thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate you. I love you. Take care. I hope to see you and hear you in the comment section below. Please like, share, subscribe, and browse my channel.